Hey guys, what is up? It is the first motovlog of 2017, first actual motovlog of 2017. I'm not going to count the little thing that I did in the rental car on my work trip to LA because I was on a motorcycle. So now I am on my motorcycle. It is April 2nd. It is like 50 something degrees and a nice day to actually get the bike out and shake off all the winter dust and make a video for you guys. So first and foremost, I just want to say welcome to the channel to those that have subscribed to me since the early days, which honestly isn't too far off ago because I started motovlogging in June of 15, but I've gained a lot of new following over the off season. So first and foremost, welcome everyone. If you're new or you've been here for a while, thanks for checking out the video. So for those of you that are new, I'll just give kind of a brief little introduction. Most of you probably saw me from when I did my my picking up girls video, which turned into me more feeling like a pedophile than anything else, because all the girls are or were in high school. Yeah, we're just gonna stop right there. But most of you guys saw me from that video, and so you guys were so awesome enough to subscribe to my channel. So again, welcome. So again, brief introduction about myself. My name's Evan, but I go by Lefty Cycle on the YouTubes. I don't know why I really came up with that name. For one, I ride a motorcycle, obviously, and number two, I'm left-handed, and that is about it. So I wanted to make a name that was something in relevance to myself, and that was the best I could do, so hope you guys like it. But a couple updates for you guys since my last motovlog, basically last year. For one, I got married, so I am now a married man, and it's been going great. My wife and I are probably going to be getting a house by the end of the year, so that's been a lot of fun to plan and just kind of, you know, I'm excited for what's next. So that's number one. Number two is, and this really doesn't have any relevance or importance, but I got my concealed carry and bought a couple of handguns, so maybe I'll sneak some shooting videos in, but that's neither here nor there. Number three is I got a new job, and it's a job that I'm going to be very happy with long term. It was the strategic move, I think, for me long term. So I'm starting my third week tomorrow, and you know, I'm really happy to do what I am doing. It's along the same lines. It's a different industry, but along the same lines of what I went to school for. So before I did commercial lending, and now I'm actually working in corporate finance in a treasury department, basically managing you know, 20, 30, 40 million dollars in cash in the company's bank account. So I won't bore you with all the details, but that's what I'm doing now, and that's kind of what I wanted to segue into what today's video I want to talk about. Is mainly, you know, taking risks and, you know, kind of exploring the unknown, and you know, just when you have an opportunity to just fucking do it or take it, you know, don't second guess your decisions, and just kind of just go with the flow and take the risks, and you know, it's either going to be a learning experience or they're going to pay, you know, huge dividends. And in my case, it's been kind of a little bit of both. So how basically this started and me getting a new job. Well, for one, so I work in finance, and I like money, and I wanted more money than what I was currently making. I mean, I was making decent amount of money, but I was greedy. I am greedy, and I want more. So that was kind of number one. Number two is I wasn't really happy in my role, my position. I kind of felt I was pigeonholed. There wasn't really much growth organically for my position. I mean, I was already doing everything I could possibly do. There wasn't any additional responsibilities or whatever I could do, and I, because I was like at the top, I was still getting paid like someone in like the middle or on the bottom, and my manager wouldn't budge. I didn't have a development plan. I asked for a development plan, and that's just something the company doesn't really do, because I wanted to see me grow in that position and take on more responsibility, take on more of a senior role, because I was doing the senior work, but I didn't have the title, and I sure as hell wasn't getting paid for it. So there wasn't much growth in my position, and so that was number two. And I'm not saying these in any particular order. It's not like pay was like the most important. Honestly, number one was the opportunities for advancement and the opportunities to grow. It just wasn't there. I mean, you would only move up in my position if someone in the higher position left, or if you wanted to go do sales and stuff, and I didn't really want to do that. I went to school for finance, and I wanted something a little more, financy. I didn't necessarily go to school to be a loan officer. I went to school to study investments and corporate finance, and that's what I'm doing now. So I just had a bad day, around New Year's, the end of the year. It was just, I was swamped, I was overworked, and so were my colleagues, and I got into an argument with one of my colleagues, and it wasn't anything my fault. He was just kind of being an asshole, because a lot of other people were talking to me like, dude, what the fuck's his problem? And I'm like, I don't know. But between that and how much I was overworked, and then the no opportunities for advancement, and then me getting paid, shit, I was like, I'm just gonna entertain the idea of looking for something else. So I did a little job searching, found actually 5 positions that interest me, had a couple phone interviews, and it was funny because the job that I got now was my first phone interview, and I haven't had a phone interview in like 3 years, when I graduated college and got my first job. So I was a little rusty, and so my employer now was my first one, and I thought I fucking bombed that thing. I was like, I'm never going to get this job. They're never going to call me, fuck it, whatever. Good practice for my next phone interview. Well, it's funny because the phone interview I thought I did really well on, I got the fucking automated email saying, sorry, we're looking into other candidates, blah, 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 bullshit, whatever. But my job that I have, or my employer rather, so I had 2 phone interviews. I was invited to come on site to do I had a presentation, then a 3-on-1 interview, and then 2 1-on-1s, and then done. But a lot of steps, and rightfully so. They want to make sure they got the right candidate for the job. So, but it's just funny how it worked out. Like the interview, I thought that I fucking just, tanked. Why are we braking? Oh, thank you for putting on your turn signal, and I'm just gonna go around you because I'm impatient. But anyway, the interview I thought that I completely fucking bombed and trashed is ultimately the job, or ultimately the employer that gave me the job, and the rest is history. So yeah. But when I was looking on these job boards and I started getting the phone interviews, like, I don't know, I got to a point where there was actually a lot of leadership changing around and a lot of moving around in my in my past role, and I was like, you know what, maybe things are gonna get better, and what's the point of me stressing out, going through all this interview process, putting together a presentation to do all this shit, if things are gonna get better. But and after kind of talking with my wife about it too, she kind of told me, she was like, Evan, shit isn't going to change. I mean, yeah, some management's going to be changing, but you're going to be doing the same work in the same place, and actually we're going to be moving like a block down into a brand new office. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. But she's like, listen, like a new office, a new change in scenery, like a block down with the same work and really the majority of the same people isn't really going to change anything. And I came to realize, I'm like, you know what, she's right. Like, I'll be getting a new office, and yeah, my boss's boss is going to be changing a little bit, but quite frankly, I'm kind of unhappy with my current position as is. I have no place to really grow from this point off. Oh, that's flashing yellow. Okay, so I can go. God, fucking forgot how to drive. So I have no place to really go, and I'm not, you know, I liked what I did, but at the same time I didn't. I know that doesn't make sense, but just go with it. And so I'm like, you know what, it's not going to change, and I'm not going to get paid anymore, so, you know, fuck it. I'm going to take the chance, and I'll interview with these places. And it was just weird because, like, as I was doing the interviews, I'm like, oh shit, this is like getting real. Like, if they choose me, I got to tell my current employer, hey, sorry, you know, nice working with you there for 3 years, but, you know, have fun with all of my accounts. Fuck you guys, I'm out the door. But then when I got the job, I'm like, you know what, this is you know, the good move for me. And putting in my 2 weeks was kind of tough, you know, mainly it was kind of awkward with my boss. And then, you know, I'm really going to miss the people too, and all of my customers that I dealt with on a regular basis. You know, I'll miss them, and I'll miss all those relationships that I built. But, you know, strategically, this is the best move for me, you know, long term. That's just how it is, and I got to go with my gut, and I have to be selfish. You know, I got to go with what's going to be best for me and my wife and our future family. And I took the risk, and I did it, and got the fucking job. So, and I'm a hell of a lot happier. What was actually crazy is, so my interview was like, I don't remember the dates, but it was the third week of February. And so it was going to be on a Wednesday. And I had a work trip. My last work trip to Los Angeles was in February, like the weekend before my interview. So my interview was on a Wednesday. My work trip lasted, Friday through Tuesday. So I flew in on Tuesday, did I didn't get back until late on Tuesday, went to work for half a day on Wednesday, and then had my interview the second half of Wednesday. What's funny is after the fact, after I announced it to the group that, you know, I was leaving and I got the job, my colleagues were telling me, because I usually wear, you know, slacks and a golf polo, and that day I decided to actually like wear a long sleeve dress shirt, and which kind of rose some eyebrows of my colleagues, because after the fact they're like, yeah, I kind of figured something was up because you were actually like dressed like super formal and nice and whatnot. So that was kind of funny. But the crazy thing is because I had to, you know, do this presentation, and I had to create a PowerPoint on myself of like about me and my background and my education and why I think I'm going to be good fit for the company and for the role. Like, I was basically putting that presentation together on my flight out to Los Angeles for, you know, working for my previous employer. So it was just kind of weird how, you know, the timing of everything. But, you know, again, I took the risk of, you know, saying, you know, fuck it, I'm just going to apply and see what happens. And what do you know, I got the job. All right, guys, that is all I got for you today on today's vlog. It feels weird to actually like vlog about something because I haven't done it in like however many months our off season is, if you don't count what I did in Los Angeles. Where's the entryway to this road? Here we go. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. But make sure you leave me a comment below, give me some feedback. But again, I appreciate you guys watching. If you're new, again, welcome, and thanks for subscribing. Pass me along to all your buddies if you think that they'd like to see some, you know, fucking ginger left-handed guy who rides a motorcycle and likes to pick up high schoolers. Just kidding, that's disgusting. Never happening again, unless they are of appropriate age. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. So, Jesus Christ, here's some nice fucking houses. Alright, I'm done. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.